Welcome to the first episode of Masters of the Box, where we mix role-playing with live action. Before we get going, I'd like to introduce everybody. First, myself. I am your Dungeon Master today, Kevin Drury. During the day, I work as a networking and server engineer at a rather large company whose name I'm not going to say. But in the evenings, and for several years now, since the mid-90s, I've been running Dungeons & Dragons. I've had several games that have lasted over 3 years, and hopefully this will be one of the ones I can add to that list. And from there, we'll start with our players, with Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason Francis. I am a house husband and Lyft driver. I've been playing D&D since the time that Elf was a class. I'm looking forward to a great experience here with Kevin and the rest of our players, such as Kelsey.
Hi, my name's Kelsey Murphy, and I've been playing D&D for about 6 or 7 months. I work in healthcare, and I play Blogdor, and he is a dwarf soldier, and he's a rough and rowdy boy.
Great.
I'm Eddie. I'm a former teacher and full-time dad and husband. I'm playing Aleph, the Wood Elf Noble Ranger, who's a little too full of himself. And we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into.
I'm Heather. I'm a physician assistant providing medical care during the day. And at night, I switch over to the fantasy world where I get to play Aoife, a mysterious half-human, half-elf rogue.
Hey, I'm Aaron Hagman. I play Jin, the monk. I'm in healthcare as well, and I'm just super excited to get started here. I've been playing D&D since the release of 5e.
Gotcha. And before we get going, let's go back to Jason real quick. And what do you play, Jason?
I'm playing Orsinius the cleric, healer and slightly arrogant individual.
All right. All right, with that, let's get into this.
Yeah!
Yeah, let's do some punching.
The party received a letter asking them to meet one Skurlock Powell at the Green Dragon Inn regarding important business for the province. Not much more is stated than that. And with that, we join our party outside the Green Dragon.
So,
Anybody know what he looks like?
I've never heard of this person. All I've ever heard was the letter that we received. Do any of you know of this person?
No idea.
I'm just here for the beer league.
Well, that's a given, Blogdor. Let's proceed in and see if we can't figure out what's going on.
Okay. You guys enter the Green Dragon, which is well known to you. You've been here numerous times, obviously. As you walk in, the inn is somewhat busy, and Joseph, the owner and proprietor behind the bar, just simply motions you to the back room where your contact is ostentatiously waiting. And then I'm gonna have to move things around.
Ostentatiously waiting.
He's
Ostentatiously waiting.
He's done up. Done up.
All right, as you enter the back room, you notice a not moderately dressed 50-year-old, elder human waiting behind sitting at the table with 2 guards posted at the room. As soon as you walk in, he seems to notice you and immediately beckons you to have a seat, and he looks rather welcoming.
Think we found him.
Mr. Powell, I presume.
Yes. So if you'll have a seat, as again, I am Skurlock Powell. I am the first advisor to His Excellency Morlane von Detrol, Marquis of Dalamore Province. As to why I summoned you here, it's important that we meet away from the Marquis's residence. His Excellency wishes to not unduly alarm the populace about certain events, and your presence at his home would alert certain malcontents that you're here on his business. This way, the folks simply believe you're doing some work for me. This will be a little bit of a tale. Beginning a little over a year ago, Dalamore has seen an influx of cultists. We thought little of it for the longest time. Outlying provinces such as ours often become the destination of nuisance elements of society who wish to practice their juvenile pastimes. Most pass through town quickly. We think to congregate out in ancient ruins down in the forest south from here. Now, however, we fear they may be behind the recent issues with all the animals fleeing the province. Our biggest problem, however, is this rabble that call themselves the Order of the Restless Scourge. This bunch wants to see the rightful aristocracy overthrown, and for a while they try to use these idiot cultists as a tool. The Scourge claims that the cultists are a bona fide threat to civilization and that the Marquis and his peers are doing nothing about it. Well, we may be provincial, but we're not stupid in these parts. Initially, people weren't buying into the Scourge's story, and we didn't really consider them more than a nuisance. However, with all the strangeness surrounding all the game and livestock disappearing, they have started gaining the attention of the common folk. And then His Excellency's daughter vanished. Stolen right from her bedroom. She does appear to have put up a fight, but they must have subdued her quickly. The house guard were never alerted, and her personal guards appear to have been slain and their bodies taken. A local tracker caught the trail the following morning down to the abandoned mill road to the edge of the True Falk Forest, but he was set upon by some brigands and barely made it back alive. So to business. His Excellency requests that you venture through the True Falk. Please track down those responsible and bring back his daughter Elizabeth. If you deal with those responsible, please do, if you can, but her survival is paramount.
What have we heard about this cult?
You haven't heard anything about this cult specifically. You've dealt with the recent spider cult that you guys had to deal with, but this one in
Never
particular
again.
you don't know anything about.
A lot of cults.
Please, no more spiders.
This does seem to be a noble quest that you are requesting our assistance with, but it would be remiss of me to not discuss remuneration.
Cash.
The Marquis is a very well-to-do and influential individual. I'm sure you could, as you can imagine, he'd be more than happy to grant you a due reward and his favor, which some would view as worth more than most sums of cash.
We are repaying society with the life of his daughter. We do not need such monetary reward.
Okay, you don't need. I need because things cost money, like goods and services. I enjoy partaking in those. I need money. I could take yours.
Normally, Orsinius handles my funds.
Yeah, I bet you
His favor would be quite welcome, but in order to properly motivate my associates, we would need to speak in hard terms.
He writes down a sum on a piece of paper and he slides it over to you. It's substantial.
I think that will cover our requirements.
Aoife's been standing in the back and peers over his shoulder. She also perked up when he said something about favor.
So, do you have any further questions?
Could we have an upfront for some expenses along the way?
Sadly, I am not equipped with any funds on me at the moment, but
We're wasting time. His daughter is in peril. Where's this tracker?
the tracker is currently recovering. He followed them down the southern road to the True Falk Forest, which I'm sure you're aware is host to numerous superstitions, some with and without merit, which is why most individuals who live here will not venture into that forest.
Yes, I'm familiar with the area. I don't believe we need to speak with the tracker. I think we should just make our way as quickly as possible.
Fair enough. I like the way you think.
Then we shall proceed with all due haste.
Well, please do, and again, please Brett, make sure his daughter comes back safely.
We will do our utmost.
I agree.
All right. At that point, you guys, I take it, begin to head out. Mm-hmm. As you leave the inn, you are confronted by a much younger individual. He's a just young-looking human, moderately dressed, and he has a red armband around his shoulder.
Does that mean anything to us?
Well, that as far as what's going on right now, no. That doesn't set off anything. Actually, roll a is there local history?
There's just history.
History. Roll history.
20! Yeah, I'm a knowledgeable
Oh, what does
motherfucker.
Blagdor know about history?
I know.
You learned quite a bit by drinking and carousing. That is the trademark of the of the Restless Scourge. They wear those to demarcate their membership.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Excuse me, my name is Cadlaw Shire. I know who you just met with, and I need you to know that you should question everything you just heard and question everything you see.
Well, I'm questioning you right now. What is this about?
And as you look at him, he kind of takes a step back and he starts fiddling. He has a yellow ring on one of his fingers. Actually looks like it's made of feathers. Let's just say I have a vested interest in Elizabeth, and not everyone around her in her life is to be trusted.
But wait. So what makes you trustworthy? Because you just showed up out of fucking nowhere. And, I don't know, you look real suspicious, bud. So, I mean, like, you know where she is? You give us, like, a head start? Like,
I do not know. I'm just trying to give you fair warning.
okay, so nothing. Great. Fantastic.
Okay, so again, you're saying not trust everybody. Congratulations, we already don't do that. What do you want us to do? What's different? You want us to find Elizabeth. What's different from the other man?
Let's just say I've told you everything. Not knowing that I can trust you or not, I'm just trying to make sure you are keeping your ears open.
Very well.
This has not at all been a waste of time.
Great.
All right, let's head on.
And he quickly makes an exit, so.
And fiddling
No,
with that.
in fact, that's why it stands out so much. It's
Okay.
not something you've ever seen before. So this is going to take you down the southern road. It's going to take better part of a day to get to the True Falk Forest. Again, the road in the south is, cleverly named the Southern Road. You have been through this area before. Near the entrance to the True Falk, there is an abandoned mill, which is a common campsite. As you guys make your way down, as you continue on that way, a youngish human you find him lazing on the side of the road.
Wait. Like 420 blaze it or like
Lazy.
blaze?
Lazy.
Blazing.
No,
I was
lazy.
like, what are you talking about?
As in laying about lazily.
Blazing.
Yes.
Got it.
Fine fellows. Perhaps you could assist me.
With what?
I'm a bit lost. I was meant to meet someone near the southern road, near the end of it, and I'm afraid I am a bit useless in the wilderness.
The instructions were Southern Road at the end of it. I think you have your directions. Excuse us.
The road does only go the two ways.
Well, yes, but okay. Let me just. With all the going on lately, I hear I'm a little bit nervous about going to the forest. You seem rather well equipped. Perhaps I could tarry along with you?
You got any cash?
I don't think that's the issue. Who are you?
Yes. Why should we let you follow us?
Oh, the name is Turkle.
I'm sorry, what?
Turkle.
I'm so sorry. Turkle?
I'm gonna try and read.
We're all
his intent
snickering.
with,
We're all like hiding our Snickers in the back.
That's
I don't
12.
Is that a normal
12.
human
He
name?
seems genuinely frightened of the.
All right.
What manner of business do you have?
Well, that's between me and let's just say they have some goods that I wish to procure, and it's better done outside of town. Nothing you
Well,
need to
good
worry
luck
about.
with that.
I
You know
agree.
what, Turk? You seem like you're on your way, and we're just gonna go. Like, good luck with your drug pushing. Sounds very enterprising, young man, but we got to go.
You sure there's nothing I can do to convince you to allow me to go with?
I'm sure there are things you can do to convince us.
Are there?
He looks at
Everyone
you.
looks at-
Can you enlighten
He kind of gathers himself together. I'm sorry?
I believe my
I'm just
associate is
saying-
saying that there could possibly be ways, but we're not beholden to tell you what they are.
I have a few silver I could pay for you to guard me.
Okay. Now we
Friends, I feel like we have wasted enough time on nosy young humans today.
Well,
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to find your own way along this rather simple way.
well, so be it then. Well,
Wait,
hopefully on your way
wait.
back you don't come across my, not upon or beaten corpse.
Well,
wait, have
I
you
mean,
seen anything
hopefully.
this way? Wait, were you here last night?
Well,
How long have
no,
you been here?
A few hours.
Have you seen anyone coming down the road ahead of us?
Bright red bands. Like,
Well, I don't necessarily
Maybe had a
feel
woman with
in
him?
I don't feel in the mood to share with you now, given the.
Okay, well,
listen, Turk. You're either with us or you're not with us.
Well, if I'm
So-
with you, I'll be happy to tell you who and what I may or may not have seen.
oh my goodness.
If you'll agree to take.
Look, it's not looking real good for you, Turk.
Fine. Look,
Like,
start walking. You all talk and talk and talk and talk. You can only milk a dead cow once.
What?
And I start walking.
gross.
I do not understand that expression.
I don't think you want to milk it even once.
No.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Walk and talk, Turkle.
Okay. And he starts walking with you. He waits a few minutes. Well, I am sorry to say that I haven't seen much,
Oh my god.
Okay.
but I have
bye.
heard. Well, surely you can't. Surely you can't be. You can't object to me just walking along with you.
I mean, we can't
I mean, it's free
stop
country.
you.
It
We
is
won't
open
stop you. We could
road.
definitely stop you.
True, we could. We won't. Well spoken.
Well, since we're walking together, perhaps you seem like interesting folks. Perhaps what have you accomplished in the?
What is this, a fucking job interview? Like, what the hell? Like, you come in here, you're like, oh, take me to this place so I can give my drugs. And also, can you give me, like, your
No one's
5 most
spoken
recent
anything of
quests that you
drugs.
did? Where do you see yourself in 10
He starts looking at
years?
the rest of you like pleadingly. It's like,
You'll have to forgive our associate. He's
Or don't.
slightly one track.
yes, and that track seems to go back to the axe.
We're
Well,
very
Plan A
good.
does stand for axe.
We're very good at what we do. And we can do anything. So,
Also, Plan B stands for bloody axe.
Well then, yeah, I will just, okay. Yeah, it's not drugs. That would be improper. And he
What
just,
is your purpose here?
again, get these goods I'm here to get.
okay, let's
So
play.
if you're going to be so
Cagey?
sketchy about how you describe them, we're going to assume that they're going to
He's
be
not
something
an artist.
illegal.
Chin.
Well, fine. It's
I don't
it's
understand.
poached game. That there's you know how
He's
rare it is
suspicious.
these days to find find any kind of wild food. Meat in general, and ever since all the beasts have gone mad or ran off.
Oh, it's food? Oh.
Okay, well,
Okay,
like,
fine. All right.
I don't understand why you were being so weird about it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it
food.
commands a rather high price right now, so.
Like, okay.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's,
More to pay us with later if we keep you safe.
You did say poached, though.
Not.
Allegedly.
he means like the cooking method, like poached eggs, like is this poached meat? Like,
Oh, I've been meaning to try that. I see.
all right.
I'm fairly certain that's not true.
Okay, well,
What? Who do I believe?
He accompanies
worry
you
about it.
in quite intimidated silence for a while. And after, let's say, after several hours, I don't suppose we could take a quick rest. My legs are quite tired.
Lord.
Team?
Sorry.
So you've been resting by the side of the road for most of the day, and your legs are already tired.
I am not meant for the outdoors.
That is obvious.
Fine, 3 minutes.
Okay. As everybody kind of, rests around, if you excuse me, I'll have to relieve myself. And
No, wait. Someone go with him. I'm not. Someone watch him.
Gross.
Are you?
I'll go. Me and Karen
I
go.
assure you, while I am not of the wilderness, I am capable of doing this on my own.
Well,
I believe you, but I don't know who you're gonna go get. Karen's gonna
get?
watch you.
Me and Karen are
Karen,
gonna
we
go.
could-
We're gonna take a bathroom break. We're all gonna go. It'll be fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Just leave while he's peeing.
And then after about an awkward 2 or 3 minutes with him constantly just,
He's got performance anxiety. It happens.
yeah, he does quick, and then he comes back. Oh, okay, I guess we can continue.
All right,
Oh.
we'll continue.
Thank you for your permission. Ass.
One can get the impression they're not wanted.
Because you're not.
One gets the
Okay.
impression that they have kind
Now,
of
were you saying
forced
something you
themselves
heard?
upon
You
us.
were. What did you say you had heard, Turkle? You know, as we're continuing to walk, we're slightly.
Well, there's strange going-abouts in the woods, cultists and fey creatures. Well, those are old stories, though. But
Yeah.
Well, the cultists sound pretty recent.
well, that's. But they disappear into the forest and they never come back, which either means they're
Spooky.
gathered down there or being devoured by some strange creatures.
Weren't the cultists a problem? That sounds like a problem solved
Well,
to me.
they weren't really a problem. They'd come to a town, buy some provisions, and then move on.
Might be the hungry owlbears.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry. Are you insinuating that the owlbears are cultists?
No.
That'd be pretty
Hold
tight,
the owlbears.
though.
That would be
We've come
funny.
across
Big group
some
pretty
rather malnourished owlbears.
We put them out of their misery, though.
And he takes a step back, like, you said owlbears plural.
It was a mom and some cubs. We took care of them.
Oh, we ruthlessly murdered the pups as well.
No, we put them out of their misery. They were very hungry.
He actually looks less surprised, he actually looks intimidating. He's going a little pale. Oh,
Well, it's okay. You don't look malnourished. We don't have to put you out of misery.
I had quite the hearty breakfast. Excuse me, I feel the need to relieve myself again. One
God
moment.
damn it. Me and Karen gotta go with you again.
Please, I didn't get to go properly last time because of your involvement.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, involvement's a very strong verb for what happened. Like, I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea. It was more like supervision than it was involvement. Okay,
Well-
just wanted to make sure everybody's
Can
on
we
the same
sense his
page.
motives with this?
Yeah. What's our impression here?
It's insight.
Insight.
Just a 7.
He's got a P.
I'm
18.
13. Yeah.
18.
Leave the man be. Yes.
There's definitely a change. He is suddenly kind of afraid of you, and you get the sense he wants to be away, and
Oh,
he
he's
may not
trying to-
actually. He may not actually have to go to the bathroom, but if he does, given how frightened he looks, it may be involuntary.
Okay.
Is he trying to run away?
That sounds great because we also want him away. So, problem
Hey,
solved.
wait, before you go to the bathroom. You're
Can I not
fine.
wait till after?
So, do you know anything about the scourge, the restless scourge?
Some rabble rousers around town that trying to overthrow the aristocracy. They
Let the useless baby go to the bathroom so we can leave.
Fine.
You're quite an unpleasant fellow.
I mean, he grows on you.
Okay. And he wanders off to the bath. He wanders off, and you can hear after a few steps, the steps turn into
Pitter patter.
running through the undergrowth.
He seemed nice.
Yes.
Do we care? Are we just gonna let him
And
go?
he doesn't come
Why
back.
not?
All right,
Oh,
we
good
got
riddance.
some damseling to do.
You don't think he's gonna go get anybody to mess us up, do you?
He's never
I
going
mean,
to need
his
his
name's
contact.
Turkle.
If
All
they're
right.
all as competent as him, I figure it will be a brief workout.
So
Onward.
If you continue on, then the
Yes.
rest of the day goes by uneventfully, and as the evening comes, you approach the old mill. And again, this is normally this is a pretty common resting area. So
So like, and I'm familiar with this area, right?
Yes.
You're saying, okay.
this is essentially your last good place to stop before
Yeah.
going into the True Folk, which is
Right.
much more untamed wilderness.
All right. Well, so friends, up ahead there's an abandoned mill that would be a good place to camp for the night before we head into the forest proper. Wait here. I will scout ahead, make sure it's not occupied. If it is, we may need to come up with an alternate plan. So
Right,
I'll
we'll
kinda
stand here and look around.
You walk. Okay.
Stealth forward.
Stealth forward. All right. Give stealth roll.
22.
After a few steps, he just seems to disappear into the undergrowth. So you go there. It's abandoned as usual, at least from the outside, and there's no front door on or anything like that.
No
so-
like lights or smoke or
No.
anything like that. So okay. Well, I will scooch back to these guys.
Okay.
It seems all clear. So
Do that.
I will.
All right.
But anyway, it's clear. We should be all right.
All right. Let's
Let's
Set
go.
up for the
camp
night.
then.
So camp. All right. You notice that there's this place has been used rather recently,
Okay.
as within perhaps the previous day or so.
Okay. It's like campfire ashes or
Well, yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Actually, more the campfire has been made to look like it was not there, but as far as like
They didn't do a good
Sneaky
job.
boys.
So somebody, okay.
somebody made an attempt to.
So somebody has
hide-
been here but wanted it to look like they were not.
Correct.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Well, we should set watch.
I agree.
Well, obviously.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, Jack.
Oh,
Thank you for the suggestion.
I'll take the first watch. I don't sleep.
All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and start set up a new terrain here.
And while they're working out watches, Orsinius pulls out something new. He's bought himself a tent.
But
You bought a tent?
Yes. Didn't you use your gained gold creatively?
No, I sleep under the stars like God intended. Because I'm also not a delicate baby that needs a roof over my head all the time.
I thought we were
Solus
just going to
doesn't-
stay in the abandoned mill.
Solus
That is
doesn't-
also a very good use of resources. I did not think of that.
Solus doesn't deal with stars. I don't know what you're speaking of the god for in that respect.
Okay, yeah, this again. All right. Okay, great. Another 4-hour sermon about Mr. Happy Sunshine. Okay, whatever. All right.
If you just open your mind.
But yeah.
I don't know what he's gone off to do.
There's nothing to worry about. What a shrimp.
No,
I'm sure
not
it
worried
won't
about
bite us
him
in the
hurting
ass
us,
in
Jim.
about, I
I'm
don't
worried
know,
about
4
who
or
he's
5
gonna go get.
encounters.
Our party's personality is so. We're very. We talked about that gatekeeping. We're very gatekeeping. We're like, no,
I would say
you can't play with us. You can't sit with us.
Now, I will say, this guy wanted us to, like, come around and, like, protect him. And then he wants my damn resume? Bitch, you asked me to come. Like, what are you talking about?
It is a little sketchtacular to be like, oh yes, I'm just randomly sitting by the side of the road to accost random
Yeah.
people.
No.
To escort
Oh, I
me.
thought you.
your-
Oh,
you
I
have
have
your
to go to the
road
bathroom.
naps.
Do you? Do you have to go to the bathroom? You have to go alert your whole team to ambush us.
You start off sketch, you end off sketch.
Why? She's like, was it our key to getting in the forest or something? He's probably like someone
He was
really
like,
important. We've run off.
And the only one who can open the ancient gate, his name's Turkleton. Or whatever his name is, Turkle.
I hope all our characters snicker at it.
That's a great name.
Turkleton.
Turkleton. Oh, he didn't tell us his full name.
Yeah.
It's like Turkleton
That's from Scrubs.
No, he's Turkleton.
Turkleton von.
the Third.
Yeah.
How was my first shitty witticism?
That was pretty.
That was,
That was
fantastic.
we were all like,
fantastic.
Yeah.
it,
You
what?
can only milk a dead cow once. I'm going to
That's-
actually using that.
I mean,
I gave all of us
explicitly
a pause. We all
Yes.
like stopped and we're like,
You can only milk it once.
ew, no. What?
That was disgusting and beautiful, and I loved it.
Yeah. Everyone gets a visual. So.
All right, now if everyone wants to go come over and place their character appropriately, I'll get all the red shirts out of the way.
Who knows?
All right. Okay, empty bottles.
Okay,
that's
so
the mill.
there's the road, there's the mill.
Was there a trend? Did you see it?
And there's one over here.
I just set up my tent over here.
You're gonna tent outside the.
It's an abandoned mill. Who knows when it's going to fall down?
Where are those index cards? 'Cause I know
Locked
how
door
to
could,
make your-
get up in the middle of the night, not be able to find the door, knock out a wall, the whole thing comes down,
We're already
and then he
in.
pees in the wreckage.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
I think with that 20, we've already established that Blogdor is not a dumb boy. And I heard
You've already said that.
he's not dumb.
Is
rough
it
and
one story?
rowdy.
Is it one story
Just
or two
one story. Well, there, at one point, it looked like there was a second one,
I'm
but it's
sleeping.
collapsed down.
Yeah, I'm over here.
I'm sleeping. All right, cool.
The door right now. Is that a back window? I'm gonna keep an eye out. But, well, I guess we're all resting
if you're
right
if you're
now.
sleeping, just lay your character flat.
Yes.
I
Well,
guess
he's first watch, so-
I'll take the second watch.
You want? Boop.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm a growing young boy. I need my sleep.
It's a very large tent Orsinius purchased.
It's an impressive
Watch or
tent.
last watch.
Well,
Or wait.
Nope. Yeah, no, I hear it now in my head. And
It's like,
I regret it a lot.
As the party rests in the old mill, or as Orsinius in his tent that he finally manages to get up, about an hour into first watch, Aelith, you pick up some. You start to hear some movement, unskilled movement through the surrounding woods.
Like, what direction?
To your, that would be to your, the direction you came, which is,
North.
north. Which in your situation would be to your left.
Off to the left, okay.
Yeah.
The direction of Orsinius's
Tent.
Massive, unnecessary tent. All right, well, I'll kind of creep around and just watch for now.
Okay, make a stealth.
24.
All right. So as you creep around, you can hear several individuals, I mean, up to maybe a half dozen, moving through the woods. And strangely enough, you hear the sounds of kind of a hushed argument, but you can't really. It sounds like an argument, but you can't really make out the words from the distance.
Okay. But they're definitely coming this direction.
Yes.
Like
But they seem to have stopped.
Through the woods,
They
or
seem to
like-
have stopped, and the argument kind of broke out
Okay. Are they coming like down the road or through the woods?
through the woods.
Okay.
If they're coming down the road, you probably wouldn't hear them. They're stepping on twigs and this
Yeah,
and that.
yeah, all right. Okay, well, I guess I'll run inside and start waking people up.
Okay.
I will start with Blagdor's closest, I guess. So. Blagdor, there are people coming.
Okay, and I just pick up Karen. I'm like, we got work to do.
So, I mean, don't get too excited.
Okay,
Just wanted you to be aware.
all right.
I'll
And
sort of
start getting your
repeat
armor on and
that
everything?
yeah,
process.
hell yeah, I'm getting armored up.
And that's not quiet at all. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
I mean, like and we had like a campfire and whatever. Like we're not trying to hide our presence here anyway. So, all right. So then I'll go over to Aoife.
What?
And
What is it?
someone's coming. Be ready.
Okay.
Wake Jin.
Anybody go get tent boy?
As funny as it would be to not,
It would be
We-
very funny.
we should go wake him.
All right.
I'll handle it. You finish with your armor.
Okay.
So then I'll go to Orsinius's tent.
And the argument that was going on before, it seems to have gotten a little louder,
Like closer or just more heated?
more heated.
Okay.
can we all hear this
Can we
now?
hear it?
No, only you're inside. He
see.
hears it when he's outside.
I see.
With his elf ears.
With my elf ears. All right, yeah, so I'll kind of poke my head in Orsinius' tent. Orsinius! Orsinius, wake up.
What is?
Someone is coming. Be ready. Nice tent.
It's really roomy.
So then, yeah, I'll go back.
And then you can actually start making out slightly, which I'm telling you, they said 3 owlbears. This is not a good idea.
Oh, I hate that idiot.
So, all right, is there like a kind of a tree nearby that I can sort of hop up onto a low branch? I mean, not.
As you can
obviously
see,
not
the
literally
trees around
hop,
here
but-
are, there's only a few that could hold your weight, and none of them seem to be on that side. They're on
right.
the other side.
Okay.
I want to come outside
So
too.
those
and
trees
be
are an
listening.
accurate representation.
Yes.
Not symbolic trees.
Correct.
Can I?
Okay.
That's
do
just the
I-
idea of a tree.
Do I hear this too?
The notion.
No, you do not from the
Could
inside.
I come outside though so I can hear?
You make a perception check, because your passive perception is nowhere near as good.
I'm coming outside of the building though. I want to come to the front door and look around because he went back out, right? So, 22. Wait, do I add my?
No,
Sorry,
just
DM
the-
moment.
Right here.
Oh,
+1.
12.
12. Black Dwarf is making way too much racket with his armor.
It takes a lot of work to look this good.
What's Alice doing right now?
I'm just watching, listening.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and about a minute passes. You manage to get most of your armor on. It's just kind of scale and whatnot. And everybody kind of place yourselves where you're awaiting things.
All right, where do you want to be?
Put me next to somebody that is delicate and needs a lot of help.
Ooh, me. And then, but put me right behind, my back against the entrance there, and right behind Black Door.
And remember, there was no light outside, so you're some of you are very limited in vision. Let's just say.
I'm-
Two of you, actually, by some of you, I mean 2 of you.
I'm by the campfire then, because I can't see
Campfire is
anything.
inside.
Oh, campfire's inside?
Yes.
Actually,
Well, lucky we didn't burn the old mill down.
Quietly ask the group.
Then I'm by the
"You
entrance.
are ready. Let me know, and I will illuminate the situation."
Puns, I like it.
so I'm like, look, I assume that's a real window that I'm like.
And then when Blogdor speaks, you just hear, the argument stops.
Oh, they heard us. I mean,
That idiot Turkle.
let's jump him. Let's surprise him. You go up on one side, I'll go up on the other. You shoot an arrow into his shirt, pin him to the ground.
I think we should just wait here.
All right, and the footsteps are getting closer now, and actually at the edges of your vision, you can see if some individual is moving. A facility of stealth, but they're kind of creeping in.
Can we tell how many there are?
Well, we're from.
I got dark vision.
Ah,
yo.
you do have dark vision.
I do
Fine.
too.
Yeah. Well, you also don't have a high passive perception though, so.
That's mean.
He just loves to keep throwing that at us, reminding us.
Well,
You're the one who chose.
Need your eyes
that,
checked.
not-
I have great eyes. Got a terrible brain.
So,
where are you? You're over here, right?
Yeah, I'm watching out the window.
Yeah, this is where you're seeing. That's the reason you're not seeing it, because there's a building between you and them.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah, they're on the board here now, so.
they brought a giant red dragon.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, if you're not careful, Uncle Bernie may
He's-
pay a role in this.
Very quiet for such a large creature.
Oh, now may be a good time as any. This is Uncle Bernie, and this is the Chalice of Misfortune. Anytime our players roll a natural 1, the dice goes in here and gets added to his hoard. So we'll see how often that comes up. In a lot of the earlier games, he had quite a full chalice. Otherwise, we were originally going to keep it full from the previous dice, but then we wouldn't have much to roll with. So,
We'd have to buy new dice.
I wouldn't have much to roll with.
A couple of them are in theirs back.
so here's what you see. A couple of them are armed with bows. Others are covered with, have several smattering weapons. A spear here, sword here, axe there. One of them is carrying 2 weapons. And accompanying them to the side is, where'd he go? Is our friend Turkle.
Boo.
Shame.
Shade bells.
Bernie.
All right, so once I see the sort of the composition of the group, I want to, and there's a tree next to them. I want to shoot an arrow into the tree next to them.
And they all just stop. And
Stop where you are. No one's done anything yet.
all right, so you've heard his side of the conversation, and obviously there's somewhere out there on that side, but you guys can't see them from where you currently are.
Ooh, I imagine Blockdoor's just like twirling Karen, and he's ready for it. Yeah, I haven't punched anything in a hot minute.
As you guys are moving, go ahead and move yourselves.
Yeah. Arsenius will go ahead and start stepping around the corner.
Ooh, will you please move Blockdoor? I still want to stay close to Aphid.
I can't
And I'll
see out here
I'll
in the
stay
dark.
Right behind.
You gonna stay
There's
here?
somewhat.
right behind. Bring me behind.
You can make out their
Behind her.
shadows from the light coming through the window, but it's mostly being blocked by.
Okay, so it's like moonlight. I can see.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll step out as well. Thanks, Jay.
They're very threatening silhouettes out there.
Okay.
I have
fair
my.
enough.
Or
Are
poorly
they-
shaped trees. You're not
Okay,
sure.
fair enough.
We're kind of far back, so I have my sling ready.
And as I'm stepping out there, I will touch my shield and say, "In the name of Solus, I call forth light!"
And everyone who can be is blinded momentarily. It's like a flash goes off and stays on.
That's what the verbal component is for. Close your eyes.
And they all of a sudden did, again, deer in headlights, kid in hand in the cookie jar, and please don't kill me, all rolled into one. And like I said, Turkle himself looks like he's about to faint and just,
Turkle, hey!
Hello, useless baby. I see you've brought friends.
Hey, do they need help peeing too, or like?
I'm good. I tried to tell them, tried to tell you. It's like, and the leaders, who the other stands, I was like, okay, so we made a mistake.
Yeah,
I
no
would say
shit,
so.
Sherlock.
We'll just,
No, he's the guy at the inn.
Okay, yeah, no.
We do not have time for this right now.
we will just back away and leave.
Wait.
Unfortunately
Well,
for
why did you come here in the first place? What
They
are your
are,
intentions?
they are bandits, intent on robbing and possibly killing us in our sleep.
Well, that's not very nice.
You hear Turkle's like, damn it, Angus. Damn it. He's like, look,
They don't seem too intent on it.
I'd say
They're
right
not
now,
trying very hard.
you have us at a slight disadvantage, but we do have the numbers, so let's just say everybody backs away, everybody wins, no one gets hurt.
We'll call it even.
But like, here's the thing. You're gonna probably ambush the next chuckle fucks that come through here.
From the
And
village heading towards the True Folk.
That's not very sportsmanlike. I don't know. You guys like scratching for a puncher? You wanna like pop this off? Like,
I want to know if you were lying to us earlier. Were
I
you
mean,
lying to
yeah.
us earlier, Turkle? Did you want protection or did you want us to be robbed?
He looks at you like,
that hurts.
the situation speaks for itself. I did try to prevent this, though. I did, given your tales of owlbears, and then I
we were
figured out
right
who
not
you
to
were.
trust you.
Hand over the weapons of the entire group, and you can leave.
Come on
I'd say
down.
that sounds more than fair.
Otherwise, we will remove them from your cooling corpses.
You know what? You remember those spiders? We could just tie them all up and leave them for the spiders.
That's right. There are lots of fucking spiders in this woods. That's right.
And they all just start looking around like, we haven't seen any.
Oh,
Well, you
haven't
wouldn't
heard about the
until
spider
they
cult.
eat.
We did that.
Some of them got away.
You know
But
what
wasn't that up
real-
north?
Put down your weapons.
How about we just back away and we no one uses their weapons on anybody? I mean, like I said, we have the numbers here, so.
I feel like you were given a very fair offer.
He's still threatening us.
And
Do you have the numbers?
increased numbers just means more targets for my friend here. Don't make him run you down. It's unpleasant when you make him run you down.
Roll intimidation.
17.
The half of the two with bows and half of the ones with weapons, and Turkle just like flings a dagger forward, and they're just drop. And they're like, the leader, who we guess is Angus, just turns and throws one of his swords down, and everybody else throws their weapons down, and they just start. He's like, all right.
Bye, Turk.
He still has a dagger in his hand, but
Jin, go grab all those weapons.
You can save that for the spiders.
Fine.
And they head back off into the woods.
Yay! Ooh, free stuff.
Collect up the weapons.
Anything good in
Might as
there?
well.
2 short swords, 2 bows, 2 spears, and 2 long swords and 3 daggers.
Anything better than what we have?
Rubbish.
How many,
Actually, they're in pretty bad disrepair.
Let's go burn it in our fire.
how many arrows?
They didn't drop their arrows, they just dropped their weapons.
Ah, dip.
They could stab us with arrows later, guys.
I think you'll hear them coming.
So,
And what you saw, they all looked like they were pretty young except for the leader and Turkle.
And they're all
so
gone. They ran off.
Yeah, they took off. Yeah.
Dang it. I didn't get to ask Angus anything.
Doot, and sprint.
Let's burn all their weapons.
It is a shame that they felt the need to turn to such behavior, but I suppose understandable, the situation around here being what it is.
I mean, it still sucks. Like,
It
it's a
does.
shitty thing to do.
It does, but we won and now we have the weapons.
All right, yeah.
They probably can't afford to be bandits now.
Very dark turn.
Doing what they had to do.
And
I get it.
And banditry through economics.
Maybe they'll learn from this experience, though, and next time.
They won't be
Choose
so
better
fucking loud the
victims.
next time.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they learn something.
All right, so you gathered the weapons. Are you destroying them? Or are you
I think
gonna
we
keep-
should destroy them so no one else can come along and pick
The
them up.
bows
Yeah.
are, in your eyes at least, kind of an offense to the name.
Yeah, let's just snap those.
Yes.
And
The swords themselves maybe could be, saved, but at the end of the day, like they would take a lot of work by a professional to make them up to your standards.
yeah.
we
I
can
have no
retain them
interest
just
in
in
these.
case that they're needed for something else. If nothing else, we can wedge a door with them.
If you feel like carrying them.
Oh,
Yeah.
We could actually stash them here as like a
Ooh, secret weapon.
little safe house.
But you're pretty
kind
near
of
your capacity you're
situation.
carrying already, though, aren't you?
I like the idea. Let's bury them.
How heavy is the
Yeah,
portable ram?
let's just stash them, under a floorboard or something.
Okay.
not that.
I agree.
I
We
like
should
that.
stash them under a floorboard.
Okay. So
That's fine.
make a quick stash. All right, and hide him there. All right, then. So the rest of the night goes by uneventfully. Surprising, right? And the next day, it's off to the True Falk.
How dense is this true? What are we seeing here? When we walk up to the edge of the
when
forest,
you get there,
what
the
are we seeing?
road narrows not because by design, but nature has overgrown. So it goes from 20 feet to about 10 feet, and then it's rough. And you'll see where trees have fallen across. Things have sprung from the trees. This is a road that hasn't seen decent repair in generations. So you're actually starting to see saplings growing up in some of the areas on the road. It's a road in name only, essentially, at this point. It's enough to follow. It is a path, but again, this whole area, some say just out of superstition, but some say for good reason. It just kind of fell out of wide use, and nobody has had the gall to, or the bravery or means to resettle the area.
Aleph, do you see any tracks?
I don't know, do I? Probably not. That's like a 9.
It's a bit tough. The road is packed dirt, so any kind of wind or anything like that would make over a few days would make it hard to track anything.
What he said.
So you continue on the road for a few hours, and the overgrowth has gotten the forest has gotten a little thicker, less maintained, completely unmaintained. Something that you've been missed again in this area, you're starting to hear fewer of the insects, which was all you would hear before. The birds are still missing and whatnot, but the wildlife is getting even more sparse. And as you're going down the path, and I need an order of just kind of a general order of everyone's walking. Actually, let's take a quick break. I will a quick stop here. I will remove the building. I'll make a general road, and just everybody line themselves up in how they're normally walking.
Okay.
In case I want to do anything terrible to the person in the
Okay.
back or the
Who
front.
would
Well, I
be
feel like I
wise
should
to have
stick
the-
with my homegirl Eva.
Back row buddies. Well, I thought we were back row buddies.
We can both be towards the back. Who? Advantageously,
I'll
who would it
protect
be
you.
good to have at the back? Just strategy-wise.
Who else is any good at perception at all?
Not great. Not gonna lie.
I got a 14.
Yeah, 13. So.
Okay. Maybe Orsinius in the back.
Orsinius Jackson, PI, bringing up the
Is he
rear.
talking about this protection or this protection?
Well, yeah.
Gonna just go on forever.
I mean,
Yep,
this is
it's
just
canon.
10 plus whatever that
At
is.
least to the people at this
I
table.
think it's technically a meme now.
I don't think there's
Not
enough
if you
people
say
in
it
here
is.
for a meme.
It's a localized meme.
It's a mini meme.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yikes. So Blockdoor don't run very fast. He got stumpy little legs.
You should be in the front then, right?
You're setting the pace.
Put him
Yeah,
closest
that's a
to
good
the,
point.
closest to the danger.
No, I feel like I should be in the front and
Scouting,
even
yeah.
even kind of ranging ahead a little bit.
And
Yeah.
I'll. Since
Then you
I'm
could
a-
be the front of our little line.
Yeah, I'm a hardy boy, and I'll take those hits for you.
All right, so the order is
Elith,
followed by, and then
then Jin, yeah,
Jin and Aoife.
and Eva, and Orsinius.
does that seem fair to everybody?
Seems fair
Yeah,
to
that
me.
seems equitable.
Equitable.
Strategic.
As you're continuing on the path, there's a particularly large tree adjacent to the woods, adjacent to the path right there, as you can see. And then almost morphing out of the tree itself is a wooden female humanoid who's suddenly barring your path.
Ooh. I can talk to her.
What?
It's like- and she just kind of looks at you with her head's kind of moving in a somewhat kind of jerky fashion as she just seems to take you all in.
Oh, is it? Her movements are real wooden?
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
We have fun. So I will address her in Sylvan, and just be like, "Oh, greetings, madam."
What does this sound like? What does Sylvan sound like?
Like the breath of air from the trees.
I mean,
thinking.
so I sort of think of it as something like, like Welsh or Gaelic or something, something like that.
Well, she addresses you in common.
Oh,
And says, that's racist. How dare you assume that?
Did you just assume my species?
Greetings, forest friend. What is your business here in this part of the wood?
We are in. I guess I'll switch to common.
Yeah.
We are in pursuit of a group of bandits or kidnappers or ne'er-do-wells of some variety who have stolen the daughter of a local dignitary, and we are attempting to recover her.
Well, I do not understand the politics of.
Thank goodness someone else doesn't.
Please pay them no mind.
Someone had to say it.
There have been many humanoids coming and going through my section of the forest as of late.
The ones we seek would be wearing red armbands.
I did see a group of those earlier. They came after another group.
Another group.
Yes, they're the one. They have. They were cowled. Was it cowled? They had the cloaks over their heads. Is that?
Cultists.
I see.
Oh.
Yes.
And they were dragging a woman with her. They have nasty wards against my kind. Though I believe they are. I know who they're working for, though. There's a witch.
Interesting.
There's a witch that lives in the swamp, and she has been here, and she has befouled the area that she lives in. I am the only remainder of my kind in this whole section of the forest.
Well, that is
I'm sorry.
unacceptable.
Which
Tell
swamp?
me about this swamp witch.
The Mornshade Swamp. If you follow the path to the south, and then when it breaks off to the east, you'll find her lair at the end. And yes, she is most certainly the one who caused this, as she has befouled the forest as well.
And it's her servants that were carrying off the woman?
I would have to assume so. I don't really.
and yet they were being followed by the other group of humans.
I would. I don't garner to understand the reasoning behind what humanoids do. As much of it is strange, but I would assume so.
Did they bumble it and they lose her to the other group?
Well,
trying to
I
figure
mean,
it
like, I don't know. I think there's layers. I got
Oh,
some
yeah.
theories percolating up in here. But.
Well, you remember that other red arm? He came.
Yeah,
he
and
cared.
he's real sweet on Elizabeth. Like,
So if if you were to remove the witch, I would be most grateful. And then the swamp was there before, but now it has become a vile area, and the creatures that did live there upon a time became twisted and evil.
Well, this absolutely cannot stand. Elizabeth or no, this is unacceptable.
Absolutely. I think it's in line with our goals as well.
Our purposes match. We will do what we can to assist you.
She just leans forward and just is really quiet, and that is acceptable. Thank you. And then she kind of just leans back, and she kind of just melds back into the tree.
bye, tree lady.
Whoa. That was really exciting. I've never seen one in person.
Stroke of good luck.
You're pretty sure that was a droid.
I mean, like, she did give us more shit to do. Like,
I'm pretty sure
I don't know if
spelled that out for you.
I don't know if I'd say good luck and just like now we've got a whole
We were going
honey-do
to have to
list.
deal with her anyway.
We were
Just now
going
we know.
anyway, yeah.
Right.
Are
Now
you
we know
sure
what we're
that
up
the
against.
tree lady knows like I mean like if she was like, look, here's an herbal tea that will get rid of your cough, like I would definitely 100% go to this tree girl and be like, yes, you know, perfect. But rebel groups, cultists, interpersonal relationships, maybe she's not the best reference for that kind of stuff.
She gave us directions. That's all you need to worry about.
I agree.
She gave us directions to more people to hit.
Can I glance at you and we just start walking on?
Sounds
Oh my
good.
God.
I'm already up.
Oh, Jim.
Okay. As you continue on, it is not another, say, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, and you start hearing moaning coming from the forest.
Oh, what kind of moaning?
That's a very,
First, it's kind of hard.
Real sexy moaning.
It's hard. At first, it's indescript, and then after a while, it definitely sounds pained.
I see.
It's probably charcoal.
I'll do whatever group signal we have for people to stop moving.
It's the bird. That's mine. I can't make that
stupid,
decision
stop.
for anyone.
Okay, yeah, so we'll
So
stop
off to the
it
left side of the road.
Off to the left side of the road. Do I have any sense of like how far away it is?
If you can hear it, it's got to be within a couple hundred yards of the road,
Okay,
given how much the trees will muffle the sound.
yeah.
100 yards, that's a loud moan.
Do you, well, I have elf ears, so
Fair enough.
I'll lean over to Aoife, who has sort of elf ears. Do you hear that?
Now that you're listening for it, yeah. Most of you actually can start picking up on it, yeah.
Do you want to go check it out?
I think we should.
Okay. Do you want us to hang back first? You go scout ahead?
I'll scout ahead. You hang back a little bit and then follow me.
Okay.
So, stealth. 18.
Okay. He vanishes into the woods.
Yeah, I'm giving
God, I
him like a 10
fucking hate
count.
it when he does that. It's so creepy.
It's
You just hear me
impressive.
laughing.
Fucking elves.
All right. So, yes. So he vanished, and honestly, it's a lot closer than you thought. The reason you can barely hear it because there is a young humanoid male laying on the ground, just has several wounds. He looks sickly, and he's just laying there moaning. He's obviously on death's door, and he's wearing a bright red armband. That is
Do we
also
recognize him, or do I recognize him at all?
not really.
Okay, so he wasn't with the group earlier or
No.
anything like that. Well, okay. I will walk up to him carefully, and I will cast Cure Wounds. And
Hey.
He
a
seems
shoulder or
to. The wounds close. He stops bleeding. He doesn't seem much better though. He still looks sickly, and as you look now, there's his veins are black.
Okay. So seeing that,
He seems his eyes seem to focus, and he looks at you. He's like, Thank you.
What happened?
Thank you. We didn't take her. It wasn't us. It wasn't us.
Who took her? Who took her? Let's get this out of the way.
Oh, did you just blaze on the head?
And as,
Oh,
as
sorry.
he looks at you, he seems surprised, and his eyes start blinking rapidly, and he starts rolling back into his head. He starts seizing.
Okay, so it seems like he's poisoned.
That would be a pretty good guess.
Then I will cast Protection from Poison to neutralize it.
It's you.
Okay, and the seizing stops, but he seems to fall unconscious.
Well, that's fine. I guess.
You could make a medicine check to see what's wrong with him.
Yeah, I'll do that. I assume Orsinius will be along shortly to.
Right, we all thought Black Door just run ahead, so we're like, oh.
I did not have very good spatial awareness.
I assumed you tromped in there after him, like, hey!
I mean, like, he's a
Oh, natural 20.
Which is the result of
he pops up and he's
20?
fine.
Yeah, no, natural 20. Result of 23 total.
he is under the effects of extreme poisoning that has pretty much sapped his constitution. He's, a few minutes and he's been beyond even anybody's help. So his constitution is essentially like almost zero.
Yeah, okay.